Welcome to Discovering. Recently we've taken a look at cross-country skiing. Tonight we'll take a look at how those trails get groomed. And Kristen takes a look at National Sauna Week.
Next week is National Sauna Week, so we're talking about the origin and traditions of sauna here in the UP.
It used to be a saying that if sauna, tar, and whiskey don't cure you, then you're a goner.
Plus, visit with the Sauna Guys, the UP's original barrel sauna builder.
Stick around, that's all tonight, right here on Discovering.
The secret streams that flow beneath the cliffs of colored stone. Forest thick and healthy with birch and pine and oak. Surrounded by the greatest lakes this world has ever known. The black bear's awesome presence as he roams the hills and fields. Call of the timber wolf, the loon's lonesome trill, the eagle soaring high above, the trout lies deep and still. These are what I treasure, the only way I measure feelings that I have for this fine land. There is so much to discover when you're a long-time lover of northern Michigan.
2 weeks ago, we were in Delta County for a look at a couple of events designed to help get people interested in cross-country skiing. And the UP is a great place to do it. Great scenery and loads of excellent trails certainly make it easy. Visit any of the many ski trails in the UP, and you'll most likely find a well-groomed, well-maintained trail system. And behind every great trail is a great group of workers, usually volunteers, who willingly put in the time necessary to build and maintain good, quality trails for all to enjoy. I met with Chad Sousat, president of the Dickinson Trail Network, to find out a bit more about how cross-country ski trails are groomed.
We're here at Fiume Lake Natural Area, where we groom 10 miles of cross-country ski track, multi-use, non-motorized recreation. We also have 5 miles of single track trail that we groom. We welcome cross-country skiers, skate skiers, snowshoers, fat tire bikers, and if the conditions are right and the trail's nice and firm, we welcome trail runners and hikers as well. The best type of snowmobile for grooming is a utility style with lots of power. This is our workhorse. It's a Polaris IQ Y-Track. It's 750cc, 800 pounds. We also add a little bit of weight to it. This style machine has the power in the wide track that's able to grip and pull something as heavy as our drag. On our compaction drag, when conditions are cold and the surface is packed down pretty firm, we'll actually drop these teeth down. These are new teeth. They're fabricated by Boss Toro for us. As you can see, they're nice and sharp. What they'll do is the front teeth will cut up the snow, then they'll direct it back to our center, which will spread it out. We want a nice even distribution to fill up our box, and then it'll lay that nice corduroy finish out the back. So on the back of our compaction drag, this is our track setter. It's fabricated by ABR Ski. It has teeth on the front to engage the riding surface, and then these nice track setters on the back. We can weight that down depending on what the conditions need. Grooming winter trails, non-motorized trails, is a mixture of science and art. Our final product, we want it to look nice. We want that corduroy or set single track, but we also want it functional for our skiers, and that's where the science comes in. We're very aware and incorporate what the ambient temperatures are, both before grooming, during grooming, and after. It also depends on the type of snow that we have, moisture content, air content, and also when was the last fresh snow that we got. We take all of those factors into consideration when we determine what type of grooming we're going to do and how we're going to groom. To be a volunteer groomer takes a lot of time and dedication. Each time we groom, each session takes about 3 or 4 hours, and on average we groom a couple times a week. If we have a lot of snowfall, that might be every day. It's definitely a labor of love. It'd take a lot to convince me to leave my warm house at night after work to come out and battle the elements and wrestle around with the heavy equipment. There's just a higher meaning to volunteering and giving back to our community and providing this outdoor recreation that promotes health and wellness, both for our friends, families, neighbors, and visitors. And I feel like it's something that makes the UP special. The Dickinson Trail Network is a 501c3 nonprofit group of dedicated volunteers whose mission is to build, maintain, and promote non-motorized trails in Dickinson County. We're known for building trails year-round. We primarily build and maintain our trails in the spring, summer, and fall, and then as soon as the snow starts flying, we gear up for grooming for our winter. The only season we take off is hunting season. So this is our compaction roller. This is locally sourced, it's manufactured up in Nishpeming. It's sold through ABR Ski in Ironwood, Michigan. The purpose of this implement is to initially compact fresh snow. The name of the game is to roll over the top, knock out the initial amount of air, and then give us that primary comb finish. Once that's completed, then we'll grab our compaction drag and further compact it into a rideable surface. So this is our snow dog. You couldn't think of a more perfect grooming machine. It's pretty much a snowmobile track, snowmobile suspension, chain driven. It has a real simple Briggs & Stratton motor on the inside. Couldn't get more simplistic as far as keeping it running, keeping it maintained. We purchased this in the UP as well. So this one was purchased at Penby Motorsports, but these are available at Four Seasons in Escanaba, and we're currently fundraising and looking to acquire a sport model. A little bit bigger, a little bit more power. It's going to help us get through the deep snow. So this is our grooming drag. It is a stock drag that comes from Snow Dog, but our friends and engineers at Boss Toro, Boss Snowplow, outfitted it with some additional fenders which help us manage the snow, and then we added a premium snow comb on the back from Fall Line, and that gives us just a beautiful corduroy finish. The primary function of the Snow Dog is to groom our single track trails. A lot of times our trails and our corridors are 24 inches or narrower. This is able to snake through those tight, twisty turns that are characteristic of our single track trails. I want to thank our donors. Your contributions keep this operation running. I also want to thank the Fiume Lake Commission for allowing Dickinson Trail Network to groom the trails. And I especially want to thank Roger Rose for not only allowing us to store our equipment in close proximity to Fiume Lake, but also built this wonderful structure that keeps our equipment safe and out of the weather.
So I'm sitting in my sauna here at my house. It's 110 degrees. I'm definitely overdressed to be in the sauna, but I just wanted to talk to you about the history and traditions of sauna here in the UP, and for that I went to visit with Jim Curdy.
The word sauna is the only Finnish word that is considered to be adopted into the English language. That's why it's important that that one word should also be pronounced correctly. There is a philanthropic organization called Finlandia Foundation, and they have declared at the end of February to be National Sauna Week, and they're encouraging everyone to celebrate sauna, to appreciate it, to become more acquainted with it, to be more appreciative of all the complexities of sauna. In rural Finland, you know, they didn't have a lot of resources, and so everything they had to make themselves. And so when it came to bathing, they had this very ancient tradition of having these steam houses, these saunas, and it was important in many levels because it was a place to bathe, but it was also kind of a place to relax, and it was really also a sense of community, so you kind of shared that sauna with everyone that was there. There used to be a saying that if sauna, tar, and whiskey don't cure you, then you're a goner. And so sauna was really, they also used to say, sauna on köyhän miehen apteekki, that the sauna is the poor man's apothecary. And it's very good for you to relax you, to cleanse you, to detox you, which is something people talk about a lot these days. It was always a clean place. That's where the women would go to have their babies. It was quiet, it was clean.
Finnish immigrants brought the sauna to the UP in the 1860s when they came to work in the copper mines. And when they built their homes, the sauna was the first building they built. The upper Midwest has also been coined as the sauna belt.
Some say that the copper country is the buckle on the sauna belt because there's so many saunas here.
A few years ago, Jim purchased this original Finnish sauna and moved it from our hometown of Bruce Crossing to Painesdale.
This sauna was covered in a siding for many years, so when one of the owners removed the siding, the logs were in pretty good shape. But there were some alterations made to it, and my goal was to take it back to the original. I believe that this sauna was built in the 1930s, and it's built in traditional Finnish style. In this case, it's a double dovetail corner. The thing about the dovetail corners is that when you build the building and the logs still are somewhat green, as they dry, it tightens. And so the building becomes tighter over time. When the sauna came here, there were some things that had to be added, and so I was happy that I had been somewhat of a pack rat. So I have the pick from my grandfather's farm, and we think that he used this when he was even mining in the copper mines in Calumet. And then a lot of the things that are in the sauna are things that have come from the family, like my grandparents' wood box, even the light fixture. This was very often a typical light fixture in a sauna. Here in the copper country was a mason jar. You have this small window between the two rooms so that the light that's from there provides light for both spaces. So this is the steam room of the sauna, and here's the Nippa sauna stove that I so happily own. One thing that I really cherish about this sauna is I have a Leo Nippa sauna stove. He was from my hometown, and he was one of the earliest developers of a sauna stove industry. He started making those stoves in part by recycling old smokestacks from the mines throughout the copper country. I think it was in the early 30s that he began doing this. And my understanding of the stove that I have, which is from my grandparents' sauna, was one of his early stoves. Quite typical for these Finnish-American saunas, the chimney would start from here. And I don't really know why that was, except I assume that part of it was Finnish frugality, that you had to buy the bricks, but everything else you could make. So they would only start the bricks from where they needed them. The other thing that's important about traditional sauna is that when you're sitting in the sauna, your feet shouldn't be any lower than the top of the sauna stove. And that's why the benches were always high. Finland, when you have a sauna switch, it's made out of birch boughs. In this case, this is birch that I harvested early last summer, and you have to do it before midsummer. You have to do it before the leaves are fully developed, and then you hang them in a cool, dry place. And then when you take these out, you soak them, and it's a very nice smell, and it's a very, it's supposed to be beneficial to make you sweat and to bring your circulation. You switch yourself or the person next to you with these. In the United States, here in the UP anyway, very often they use cedar. And cedar also has a nice smell, but in Finland they don't have cedar. And so they would put this, and you'd get it wet, and then you'd even set it on the stove just briefly, and it brings a very nice smell. And there's a lot of curative or healing powers in birch. So this is very traditional sauna, that we don't have a shower. We do it the old-fashioned way, the way I did it as a kid, where you have pans of water, and after you've taken your steam, you fill the water and you bathe that way. For this sauna, we enjoy it to be about 180 to about 200. It's a large steam room, so that temperature is quite comfortable. I think it's a preferential thing as far as how much heat or how hot you take it, how long you take the steam. A lot of it has to do with what you can stand. Finnish men who want to show their sisu or their stamina, they try to outdo one another, sitting on the top bench and take as much steam as possible.
I joined a sauna group on Facebook, and someone there mentioned the whole sauna experience can take up to 2 hours.
Seems like a long time, but when you go in and you bathe and then you take a rest and maybe you have some refreshments, maybe a snack, and you go back in and take some more steam and then take another rest and then go back, it could easily be 2 hours and have a lot of conversation. So if you're doing a good proper sauna, 2 hours is nothing, especially if there's a lake nearby.
If you don't have an old finished sauna to restore or the expertise to build your own, there are companies that build them. I took a ride to Pelkey to visit the original sauna builder here in the UP.
I'm Randy Mackey, the owner of the Sauna Guys. This is my son Jeff and my son Matthew and Jeremy. He's the resident expert at the Sauna Guys. He's knows more than I do about building saunas. So.
You start from the ground up. You start with the base, and then you build your walls, then you wrap your barrel, and then finish it off. Pretty much, and start all over again, and do it again, and do it again. I've been doing it for about 7 years now.
How long does it take to build one of these?
This one, probably about 2.5 days from start to finish. Simple one, with probably around a day, day and a half.
That's pretty fast.
Yeah. Yep. As long as everybody's here and you know, everybody's doing their thing, it's pretty quick. Yeah, there's definitely some beauty in these. So when I first seen them, that's what brought me here to get a job here, because I just loved them so much. And now I actually have one because we got one for a bonus. So
The Sauna Guys were the original sauna business in the UP here. My cousin had started it probably 10 years ago. And we bought the business from him 2.5 years ago. But he did a really good job of getting it started. We've done more things to the saunas since we've had it. But he pretty much had everything figured out before we bought it.
Hi, my name is Jeff Mackey. I'm the owner's son. And this is a 6x12. We make 4-footers all the way up to 20-footers. This is one of the most popular sizes here. Middle of the road. It's got a changing room in it, 4-foot changing room. And this one's going to be electric stove. It's not in it yet. Yeah, it's made out of 1.5 inch thick Western red cedar. A thicker wood is required on some of the larger saunas, but 3/4 inch is standard on some of the smaller ones. Got one coat of Sicken's log home stain on it. Widely considered the best log home stain there is. This one's getting a midnight gray metal roof. It's got the standard 5-inch round windows. We can also put a 5-inch round window in the door, that's popular. And removable floors are now standard in all saunas. Drains get clogged once in a while, with grass clippings and stuff like that, so it's nice to be able to clean them out. The metal roofs are standard in all saunas now. When we first took over, they were an option, but we made them standard a couple years ago. And this is a 7x16. This one's getting a screened-in porch. 4-foot screened-in porch. Screened-in porches, that's another option we offer. We don't sell too many of those as we thought, but they should be more popular. They, keep the mosquitoes out, and it's got double-level benches in it to help get you higher up into the heat. This is also an 1.5 inch thick Western red cedar, and it's got diamond windows in it, one of the options we offer. And this is a 7x8, another popular size. This has got a brown roof. It's got the 5-inch round windows as well as a 10-inch round window on the door. This just has a standard benches. This is getting a wood stove.
We offer electric stoves, but most people want the wood stove, which is going to get you a hotter sauna. The stoves and the bands we have made up the road at a fab shop. The most popular is probably like just a 6x8 with a little porch on it. They're real cute, easy to move, and more affordable.
The Sauna Guys deliver saunas all across the country.
We actually just got back from California a month and a half ago. Last year we went to Colorado a couple times, Idaho, New York a couple times, Oregon, Washington. So I was going to say the best thing about building saunas too is that when you get to your delivery, everybody is like so happy to see you. They finally got their sauna, and shake hands and chit chat, and we meet a lot of nice people, and it just seems like sauna people are just always good, just wholesome people.
Well, that's it for this week. Be sure to check out 906outdoors.com, where you'll find the 906 Fishing Report, TV6 weather, shopping, and more. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next week, right here on Upper Michigan's very own Discovering.